what are the dimensions here? 16 by 21. So this one would not convert quite cleanly. I want to try it either way. So okay, so image resize 150. Okay, so that's seems fine. It's like, I don't know. So what would actually be the difference if I had done it the other way? I just want to do a comparison between the two. All right, so what if I had changed the canvas size to be an even number, and then resize. Actually, let's get rid of that white space on the bottom, just in case it blends weird. Save, or whoops, no, don't save. Resize 150. I mean, yeah, it's coming out like basically the same, so it's not actually going to make a difference, I suppose. I guess that's not how the algorithm works. Yeah, that's like essentially that is the identical image, so that's just not how their algorithm works. All right, cool. Just curious. All right, so save that. Okay. Resize this image. Resize percentage 150. Save that. All right. This is the most interesting thing I've ever done on stream. Oh, what were the? I guess while I'm working on this, I could go back to the events that I kind of got distracted from. I was thinking I would be working on mostly on art, and then I would have like open brain space to think about these events. But instead I started working on like, I mean, it was art related, but it was like conceptual stuff. It wasn't like drawing or anything. So I am kind of working on that sort of thing now. So I can probably think about that. So okay, hallucinating, single person with a single problem. Hallucinating. All right, so if we're gonna, I'll just go through these one by one, because I don't have like complete brain space. But with I am working on something else at the same time. So hallucinating. All right, if I was going to if there was going to be like, when I say hallucinating, what I actually mean is like, you know, something where the reality of it is unclear. So it could be like a dream. It could be like, basically it's like slightly bizarre and slightly fantastic, and slightly unexplained too. So like you don't. I guess it's never said outright exactly what is the deal there. And so let me think. Yeah, what type of event would occur in that space? What type of event would occur in that context? I mean, I guess it could be really anything. So like, I mean, I think if I was going to do something like that, I'd want to push it a significant amount, such that like it was clear that something bizarre was happening. Because like I can call an event like a hallucination, but like if the hallucination is so mundane that that no one ever notices, like that's a little unimpressive. So I don't know, actually have to keep zooming these things in. I keep zooming these things in just to get a better look at it, but it's not actually helping with the process at all. So I could probably skip that step, save myself a moment or two. Whoops, I should not do that. That's that's silly. But percentage 150. I guess actually it might not hurt to zoom in just to make sure I'm doing it correctly, because you can't really see it very well. Oh wow, there's only one layer for this one. I guess that's normal. Resize percentage 150. So yeah, so the hallucination. It could be I don't know. That one's a little out there. It like I said before, it could be interesting, but it sounds a bit hard to pull off. And since I don't have like a clear concept for it yet, I'll just whoops move that one in the wrong direction. Percentage 150, not 50. There we go. It did look cute at 50% size. It was very pixelated, very very pixel art. Um, so all right, a single person with a single problem. What's a single person? What's a single problem? Uh, what's the problem of a single person that oh, the bird. You never even really got to fly at your full, or at your original resolution, but that's okay. I never even bothered to check to see if it looked any, if it looked. Well, I guess I can just do it now. This would have been the animation of the bird if it had ever been in the game. Do 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 do. Anyways, it will someday. It's just not in that form. It'll look new and different by the time we ever see it. So, yeah, what what's something? Well, I mean, like, kitty tree is kind of like the kitten stuck in the tree is kind of like an example almost of sorry, I was just looking back at I was looking at chat, and it looked like Lauren had used the action command stake, but I think that was just a typo for sneak. And I think it was actually sleek, S-L-E-A-K, but it looked, the word sleek spelled that way, it looked like steak. Anyways, I'm hungry. I guess is what I'm trying to say. No. Yeah, kitty tree. Yeah, oh right. So, kitty tree happened because I was like, oh, well, so a cat could get stuck in a tree. But I was like, oh wait, you don't need an entire team of adventurers to save a cat from a tree. You need a team of adventurers to save a herd of cats from a tree. And so that was, I guess, kind of an example of like a single problem that I made into a bigger problem. So yeah, I guess as I skipped over it before, I'm not feeling a ton of inspiration from the single person with a single problem thing. Oh, I did intrigue betrayal in the throne room. Excuse me. An unfair baron. This one, the writing prompt that got me thinking about this was the one about thievery of some sort. I don't even remember what the original thing was, but it was whoa, what are these? Oh, these are the, wait, no, oh, this was before I separated shoes and legs as being the same thing. So this is not a real thing. I can get rid of this. Boots is not. Oh, feet in general is not a real category. I just eliminated the feet category altogether, right? Yes. Okay. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So. Yeah, okay, so what's something an unfair baron would do? That you would need to help right. How could you bring justice to situations such as this? Oops. What am I doing? Thinking about these two things at the same time is just slightly more than my brain can handle in terms of processing power. So I'm like just making slightly stupid errors with this, but that's okay. I'm still making progress on both fronts. So it should be something specifically unjust. Like I don't know. Well, no, I guess that doesn't have to be true. Like So how well, okay, so what event type would this be? I guess is one way to think about it. So like because if we made this event type 1, then it would or sorry, what used to be event type 1. If we made this event type 2, then it would imply that there's like multiple options and one of them's correct. Sorry, I'm still I don't know. I guess like I've never been in the habit of making these events, so I need to like whenever I I need to keep reminding myself of the various options with oh, because I'm asking myself rhetorical questions, I might zone out of chat, and if I do that, I apologize. But it's never so yeah. Whenever I start thinking about events again, I keep reminding myself, like, what are the possibilities here? I don't think like this. So event types 0 and 1 like don't strike me as correct, because like it doesn't seem like is something that should be left to chance. I mean, I might change my mind on that, but oh, this literally, this walking stick. This is not related to anything I was just talking about, but this walking stick was just a line with like a slightly darker line next to it, and this is one of those things that I told myself, like, I'm gonna redraw this one day, and look, here's my chance. I can actually redraw the walking stick a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna change a ton, but I can I can at least change a little bit, so it's not literally just an orange line with a dark line next to it. Or maybe I should go in the other direction. Maybe I should make all of my art as simple as just like a line next to another line. Anyways, the what else? Right, yeah, okay. So I'd be surprised if the random ones were the correct approach for the unfair Baron. So then what are the other options? We could go with 2 or 3 event types. The new events type 2 and 3 are about picking one of multiple equally valid options. So if we went that way with it, then we'd have a couple of ways that we could choose to assist this person from the unfair Baron. And then the alternative would be events type 3 or 4, where there were multiple things to do. I keep grouping these like 2 and 3, 4 and 5 under the new numbering system. I keep grouping 2 and 3 and grouping 2 and grouping 4 and 5, because they are very similar in some ways, but they're also very different in other ways. So maybe that's unfair. I might be glossing over some of the potential nuance that I could have in these systems. So so if it was event type yeah, okay, so like I said before, event types in the new numbering system, event types 2 and 3, like usually it means picking an option, but it doesn't mean just that. No, there is a difference here. I mean, there's a difference, and it is significant. Because in event type 1, no, excuse me, by the new numbering system, event type 2, event type 2 means picking one option, one course of action, picking one action between multiple equally valid courses of action. I mean, they both mean that, but the point of event type 2 is going all in. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I just did hands. I need to do these ones. Okay. In contrast, event type 3 isn't as all in. It's basically it's more about popularity. It's more like, what is the popular option? What are people gravitating towards? Not just what is this like decree? What is this like black and white, like, hard and fast declaration of like correctness versus incorrectness? But yeah, no, it's just more about like generally like what way does the wind blow, sort of thing, and a relative benefit for that course. So whereas in event type 2, you know there's either great success or the distinct lack of success. In event type 3, you can you can have 2 moderate levels of success rather than just one great level of success. Excuse me. I mean, in event type 2, you can also have a moderate level of success, but again, it's still one-sided. There's never the case that both outcomes have a moderate success. I mean, the other thing that I really haven't even really started considering is like what are the other, like if I push the other parameters of like, because I can change how many action, like one thing that I haven't toyed with until just recently is like how many possible actions you can have for like a multi-event and how many possible actions you could have for a non-multi-event. So far it's always been multi-events have three, non-multi-events have non-multi-events have two, except for event types 1 or 0, which have had three. oh, oh, that's funny. Well, no, I guess the event type 0 added in is the first of its kind. There's never been an event type 0 before because the old event type 0 is now known as event type 1. um, a little confusing, I'm sure, but yeah. So event type 1 and 0 are kind of similar, except that whereas event type 1 has never had a fake option, the new event type 0, the very first event that we made for it was it had a fake option. I couldn't not have that fake option in there. So yeah, I mean like with event types, like event type 0 really changed the meaning of the randomness. Like it no longer means a lack of yeah, like for every previous action, it felt fairly arbitrary. I mean, I guess for the King Day, like that, it wasn't quite as arbitrary. Like it was loosely implying like a meaning, in that like, you know, like so for King Day, like you were king for a day, and you had to like basically like choose what to do, and like as like an inexperienced king, you kind of were making guesses in a way because like your success or whatever was based more on like the external factors, like your people or the royal griffin or um, yeah, your people mostly. Excuse me. Huh. So, all right. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Almost. Oh, we don't have to change the heads because the heads are gonna stay the same. We only have to do the legs. Oh, although the legs have 4 assets instead of just 1 or 2. Still. All right. So right. So would it change really anything to? Oh yeah. I was thinking about this earlier. Kind of like event type 0. With event type 1, the more actions you add in. No, I lied. I was gonna say like event type 0 with event type 1, the more actions you add in, the harder it is to, or the less overall points like the event is worth. But that's not true because that was only true for event type 0 because the outcome was chosen randomly from all available options. I mean, if you think about like how human behavior is a little bit unpredictable, then like event type 1 you could consider it, or event type, excuse me, the new event type 2, you could consider it somewhat random in its outcome, but really it's what the group decides. So like if the group is able to exert some sense of like intent and like get some sense of like a unanimous vote, then I think with the new system, all you need is like, I mean, like I say all you need, but like what you need is like an 80% vote, and if you can get like 80% of people on the same page, and like with with like 5 people, that's like 4 of them. If you can get 4 or 5 people to agree, then you get perfect. So it's not literally random. Like the criteria is instead that you are able to affect that level of influence or coordination amongst the group. So yeah, right. So I guess if you increase the number of possible actions in event type 1, or event type 2, excuse me, what you're doing is you're increasing the difficulty, maybe a little bit, because when there are more options, then like the group is, with zero coordination, the group is more likely to split more ways, right? You like assuming all actions are equally appealing, then there'll be naturally an even distribution. So any given option by default will not naturally attract as much as many votes. So I guess that's the effect that it has there. That doesn't really change the nature of the event, though. It still means the same thing. It just it's basically just a difficulty slider for the event. So I guess all the event ones that we have or all the events type 2 that we have so far are all easy mode apparently. But it could get tougher someday if I add more in. And so I guess in that regard, I should not go crazy with it. And I think I technically the system supports like any number of actions. Like I could put in okay, there is technically an upper limit because the actions scroll gradually. Like when you have like 10 actions, only 4 of them can show on screen at once. So the others will cycle in gradually. And since the events have a finite duration, then and also the Trusty Bard, when he talks in chat, he can only say like 500 characters at a time. So there is an extent to which oh, sweet. Congratulations, Days Flash. Did you just out of curiosity, Days Flash, did the new art, like the new flashy like blue yellow level up thing, did that help you notice when you leveled up, or were you just paying attention naturally? Because I did notice that it was working earlier, or it seemed like it was working, and I'm just curious to see if that if that was beneficial to you. Oh, what's funny that I just thought of is hypothetically, if someone walks on screen and if they're about to level up, or if they're just leveling up, like they'll get they'll get the blue yellow flashy, but if an event starts before their name tag shows up, they'll actually just finish their lap across the screen. Oh, what happens in that case? Do they spend the entire event flashing? Like if they march across the screen. I mean, this is a fairly rare case, but I think I think what happens is that they just continue to flash throughout the entire event, because they just keep marching through the screen, and like nothing changed about their level up state, so it just stays in place. Yep, I think that's how that works. So yeah, with that in mind, I should probably make it so that if it gets cut off like that, then it just like halts the flashing until the end of the event. So I think I think that would be prudent. um, so where is it that we do that? Here it is. It's this right here. So we'll only say if not event on, right? And then the rest of those things. Because if event is on, we can chill the flashing. And of course, as soon as the event ends, then the flashing will come back, and as soon as their name tag can show, it will show the et cetera, et cetera. So all right, hopefully the rest of that will work out okay. But what's funny is the script has been running all day, and so I've made a lot of changes today, and none of them are in any way tested. They're all completely untested. So that'll be fun, obviously. That'll be a great joy at some point in the near future when I or perhaps tomorrow morning when I eventually rerun the script. I'll just never rerun the script. This is our new life. This is the world as it is now. Sorry, I moved the thing around again. All right, so all right, yeah, we just had a few legs to go. We're on the last. Oh dear. Oh cool. Oh awesome. All right, Days Flash. Yeah, I'm psyched. Thank you for paying attention to that, or like thank you for voicing that, because it's yeah, it helps to have that sort of that sort of feedback, I guess. Yeah. All right. So, oh yeah, the reason I like nearly died is because it occurred to me that we're on the last leg of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're on the last leg of this process. Not literally the last leg, but yeah. Hey Bradley, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, uh, yeah. I Wait, okay, so what are the updates? What have we actually updated so far? We've I think it's been mostly bug fixing. Oh, the new event types. Oh, the new events. So like, yeah. I guess I could restart it, but because nothing required the restart. I've just been kind of like, you know, I might have. So tomorrow, the things that probably won't work because I probably accidentally broke them will be like the scoring system. I probably broke the scoring system a lot. It'll probably still give points. It'll probably just give the wrong points, and like the outcomes will all come out weird. And what else? The characters will probably just blit wrong. Like the character, like stuff will be missing, and like it'll probably just crash a lot. I I'll let tomorrow Ben figure that out. No need to. Whoa! Did the screen just flicker or something? I don't know what just happened. That was weird there. Yeah, I'll let tomorrow Ben deal with all that stuff. No sweat. Why does the screen keep doing that? Alright. That's an interesting new habit. We can do it again. Yay, wow. Did it faster that time. Maybe it's not gonna do it as much anymore. So 150. No, blah, blah, blah. That was wrong in so many ways. Not only did I typo, I entered it into the wrong field. I had the wrong setting. Alright, that flickering is super cool. Thanks, Paint.net. Thanks for doing that, whatever you're doing that for. Alright, so legs. Almost there. So close. And then we get to update data. Oh, that'll be the most fun of all. Alright, I was talking, a moment ago I was talking about, the event types and what they possibly mean. So yeah, so we were talking about how, the difficulty is what changes when we make, event type 1, have more actions. Whoops, that's not where I meant to go. So does that mean the same thing for multi, or is it different for multi? Oh, I guess I could also think of, no, we changed. I was gonna say we changed event type 1, but we didn't change it meaningfully. We just changed the thresholds. We didn't actually change how it operates, like functionally. We just rebalanced it a little bit. So excuse me. So, yeah, it's so event type 1, multi or otherwise, it stays fundamentally the same. Event type 2 in multi, probably the same as in non-multi or in singular. Yeah, I need a term to distinguish when I'm talking about things that are not multi, so I'll probably just say singular. Or I don't know. I'll see whatever. I'll need some word that works to describe that. Yeah, for singular events, I could just say non-multi. I don't know. For those type of events, it just gets harder the more actions you add, hypothetically. And then in multi, I think multi. Yeah, I think event type. Event type 1 just naturally gets harder, or excuse me, it used to be event type 1, now it's event type 2, just naturally gets harder in multi because you you can now vote for multiple things, which is the opposite of getting a consensus or getting like one option voted unanimously. Like now, not only do you need to get everyone to vote for something, but you also need to get them to not vote for the other thing. So, I, huh, I could, I mean, if I felt like it, I could actually add in like custom experience points for values, experience range, point value, experience rangey balance number things. Excuse me. For individual events, because like the thing that's becoming abundantly clear to me as I talk through this is that some of these events are going to be way harder than others, and some of the events in the system currently are way harder than others. So like, I mean, if you can, like, let's say there's a multi-vote for oh wait yeah no so I'll finish one thought and then I'll get into the other. So if there's like a multi-vote for event type 1 and it has like a ton of different options, then it's going to be like really hard. It's going to be like nearly impossible to actually succeed at that one, or like to flourish. Like it wouldn't be that hard to. No, actually, it is a little hard to succeed even because we raised the threshold on nice. So like it's harder to get nice, but it's easier to get perfect. Not like than each other, but like the threshold between nice and perfect is fairly slim. So you know there's like a lot of empty space at the arm. So it would be really difficult to succeed. So like, and if you do succeed, then I guess a nice is probably going to be. We should make it so that a nice is actually worth more, hypothetically, possibly. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have to do that yet because there's not a great like I haven't added in any. Oh wait, actually no. Now that I think about it, I did add one multi for event type 1, and I did add 3 options to it. So that one is really hard. What is that one? Hold on, let me just double check what that even is because I don't. What event is it? Is it the kidnapping? No, the kidnapping is event type 4, or the rescue is event type 4 or 5. It used to be 4. It's not the rainstorm. It's not treasures. Not the festival. No, that's event type 3. And it's also not multi. Dragon Hall? No, that's event type 0. Or it was event type 0. Oh no, that's event type 3. Really? Oh, interesting. I'd forgotten about that. Doomsday. No, that's event type 4. 2. What? This is event type 2? Yeah, no, I knew that. So Doomsday is really hard. Hmm. But actually, oh, okay, so I guess it works out. Because Doomsday is event type 2, it's multi, and it has 3 options. But everyone likes hacking. Everyone loves hacking. So, like, no one bothers to, like, roll the mechanism or alert. Sometimes people alert nearby townsfolk. I think out of a sense of obligation. But yeah, everyone loves hacking. So, yeah, no, I guess, and that was just a coincidence. Like, it did occur to me that like it was funny to use the word, like, well, so because like this whole thing is like very like the whole setting is like ye olde times, and so like I left the I left it I left it fairly ambiguous because like it's called a doomsday device, and it has a power source, and you can hack at it. But I never specifically say that it's a machine, and I never say that it has electricity, and I never say that you're like hacking at cables. But I don't know. I just kind of like left it open ended like that because sometimes it's fun to let people decide in their own brain minds how it should be. Uh, oh, so this will probably never happen because no one likes rolling the mechanism down the abandoned mine shaft. So like we'll probably never see this outcome, and it's not that. Wait, I feel like we saw this outcome once. Maybe like there were very few people here, and so they were able to coordinate very effectively. Oh, and also there was like there was a day where everyone was doing the same thing. Like everyone was doing the same thing intentionally. Like everyone was they were always like regardless of what the event type was or regardless of what the event was, they would always take a vote and they would always all do the same thing. Uh, so maybe that was the day because I'm pretty sure I saw this one once, this outcome once, and I like that because I thought this was clever. Anyways, did we? I think we finished converting all the raw assets because we got all the legs. All white pants was the last one. Yeah. All right. Cool. So now we just have to update the data files. So there's gonna be a slightly weird conversion that goes on because everything's just in a new position relatively. Um, so what? Oh yeah. All right. So what? What the what then? I guess I should try one out. I should Oh, okay. So I can just no, this is okay cuz I did it with this image too. And so some of these assets are actually real assets. So I can just go like sorry, just one second. Um so like excuse me. Hypothetically, if I were to, for example, I'll use the bird. Might as well let the bird do something, considering it never got to be the bird it was born to be. Hack and roll, hack and roll. Oh, you do roll. Okay, cool. Yeah, the townsfolk will figure it out. Or no, or rather, the townsfolk have nothing to worry about because you got it covered, Day Slash. um, all right. So right. Okay. So I was thinking if I open the bird files one more time, then I actually only need one of them. I don't need both. So select all, copy. If I paste this in here, hypothetically these should line up. Yes. Ooh. Wait. Do you line up? You don't line up, do you? Because you were offset by a pixel. Whoa, creepy. Yeah, so this is the thing that I was talking about before. Like, it didn't make a difference when I was converting those assets, but it did actually make a difference when I was when I edited this file because in this case like look at the bird's like eye and the bird's beak. Like technically these were both the same image. They both started as the same image, and they both got scaled up 150%. But because of the thing I keep talking about, how like 2 pixels convert to 3 pixels, but 1 pixel converts to 1.5 pixels, which has to round. Like because of the way these were just offset by a pixel. I'm guessing. So like this one that I'm moving around, this one started at an odd or an even numbered pixel or an even indexed pixel, whereas the other one must have started on an odd indexed pixel because yeah. All right, so I need to find an asset here that started at an even numbered pixel so that it converted cleanly so that I can find out what is the conversion method for, or the formula for to convert the old values into new values. And I mean, I guess I could kind of do it with the bird. Wow, I think the bird got messed up on both. No, I think it only got messed up on one. I think it only got messed up vertically. I think it was like off by, like it must have been like vertically it must have been on an odd pixel. Because it clearly, like it just doesn't line up. Like the two copies that hypothetically got scaled the same, they just don't line up vertically. Do they seem like they mostly line up horizontally. But anyways, so it's possible that the other half of the bird actually even Oh no 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 no. They right right no the both halves share the same whatever whatever. So uh, sorry for my super clear explanation. But all right, so let's look at. I can just check the data for these assets that we have here to see which of them would. So the coordinates have to both be even. The dimensions don't matter, but the coordinates have to both be even. So let's check the mouse. Mouse. Uh, odd. So that's a poor. That would make a terrible choice. How about the bow? Uh, the bow. Odd. Wow, 0 out of 4. Uh, how about the shin guards? 1033. All right. Well, half of that one. That was almost. I was almost there. Wow. And there actually aren't very many other things left. It's just the chest and the padded armor and the quiver are the only other ones. So hopefully one of those will work. Otherwise, whatever. I'll just have to figure it out. So the padded armor. 1322. Hey, how's it going? How do I organize the design of my games? Is it something I personally develop yourself, or something I was taught and just carried with me? That's a good question because that is a good question because uh, I was technically taught in school how to develop software, right? So like not games, but just software in general. So that's like that approach is so because games are software, they're just a very specific type of software. When it comes to making some parts of games, I think of them very much just as general software and like how would I want general software to be set up, right? So not necessarily just so that it's fun, but just so that it's usable. Um, I when I started working on games, I just worked on them independently. And I only did that though for about like a month before I started working at a AAA development studio, and that was, I guess, where I got like the most of my like game specific knowledge on how that system all works, or like how someone might go about organizing the design of their game. So yeah, I mean, I worked at one studio for 6 years, so like, admittedly, a lot of what I learned was like probably specific to that studio. There are probably like a ton of other studios that do it like completely differently. So, like I really just like I learned like one approach, one possible approach, um, and I still haven't answered the question of how I do it. So I guess I answered your second question more so than your first. Like, is whether it's something that I developed myself or something I was taught. Um, I so how I actually do it. That's a good question. Well, I already mentioned that it's a good question. It is a good question. I mean, it's really important. It's not even something that I think about that much, but it is something that like will have like a major impact on whether things work out or not. I kind of have phases to like any of my like projects. I have like the phase where it's like it's not even a project yet. It's just like something that's like tugging at the back of my mind. Um, it's like a wheedling little idea that won't leave my brain for whatever reason. And like so before I even recognize that I have like a project or like it doesn't even have to be a full project, but even before I recognize that there's something that I have to do, that there's something that I have to make or change about what I'm currently working on, or anything like that. It just kind of like, yeah. So I mean, I guess kind of like the first step is to recognize those things, specifically to recognize which of those things are just like a passing thought and which of those things are real and like important. So as is fairly common, I have like a literal backlog. Uh, when I say literal, I mean like a physical incarnation of a backlog, um, where I keep track of what I want to do. This is not actually where I start. The reason I mention it is because even before I have this physical incarnation of a backlog, I do the same thing in my head. I have oh, I forget who it was that first described it this way, but it's kind of a fun way to think about it. Is I basically have a Darwinian battlefield in my brain. I don't write. I don't start by writing things down because I only ever I I basically like if an idea is going to be good enough to act on, first it has to be so good that it like wins space in my that it can survive in my brain independently, uh and like only by the merits of how good the idea is will I remember it and actually eventually act on it. So regardless of whether I'm working with working with this the ideas that I have up here, or whether I'm working with like the backlog itself, essentially what that process is about, and I mean this isn't anything. Well, so this is fairly standard. This isn't like something I came up with uh, or like pioneered in any way. But I mean oh, thank you. I assume I don't know. That's not necessarily a compliment, but yeah, I changed my avatar. I don't know. Uh, everything, everything's redone that year. Everything. Oh, sorry, I was in the middle of another thought. Yeah. So the idea of a backlog is basically like you have everything laid out, and you identify like what's the next most important thing. Here are all the things that we want to do. Like here are the things that we want to do eventually. What's the next thing to do? And there are a lot of factors that play into that. A lot of it is what's the highest priority? Like what does the project need most? That's like probably the first factor to consider. Another thing is the scope and like the feasibility, because even if something's really important, even if it like if something's really important but it's just impossible to do, like if it cost like $1 billion or like it would take 1,000,000 years, right? Then even regardless of how important it could be, you like time travel, for example. No, uh, yeah, some things like yeah, totally cool. Time travel would like help out in a lot of different ways, but it's also not super feasible right now. So yeah, that's like something that to take into account. And then what was the other one? Oh, yeah. I'll wrap this up. But opportunity. It's not always the right time to work on something. And so, I think the way you're gonna get a lot of the way you're gonna get the way personally I think I get the most stuff done is by working on things at the right time. And figuring out what is the right thing to work on at any given time. Hey, Jared, how's it going? Welcome. Dr. Fire Penguin, how's it going? Hey, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Um, so, yeah, we were just talking about what was the question? I forget what the question was. Oh, how do you organize the design of a game? And before that, we were. Oh, right. Okay, so padded armor. I think if the quiver doesn't. If the quiver is the last thing that I haven't checked yet, and if the quiver 614, yeah, we got it. Sorry, that was really exciting because I needed one of these assets on this doll that we have here. I needed one of them to start with or I needed both of the coordinates to be even numbers, and I'm just so happy it worked. You know what's going to be funny though is I'm going to. Once I probably once I line all this stuff up, I'm probably going to realize that whoops, I don't have to hide this stuff. I can leave that stuff on screen. Once I line this stuff up, I'm probably going to realize that I actually wanted two odd numbers. Which if I do realize that I want two odd numbers, then fortunately we have two odd numbers as well that we can work with. But no, I think pretty sure it was that I wanted even numbers. Let's see. Math is a little finicky sometimes. Like I like math, but yeah, alright. So these should line up, hypothetically. Wait, do these look different? It's kind of hard to tell because they're like, no, these look. Wait, do these look different? No, this is gonna line up, right? If I just shift it up 2 pixels, yeah, that's lined up, right? Because now if I hide this, it's gonna look. Yeah, I mean it looks a little bit thicker. Wait, it just looks thicker because when you stack, does it look? It looks bigger. Does it look bigger? No, it probably just looks bigger because like a lot of these things are actually like fairly like somewhat transparent, and so because I'm stacking the two things that are like semi-transparent, then I hope that's what it is, because if not, then oops. All right, so yeah, yeah. I think it's just that. It just okay. All right. I was nervous for a second there. All right, so cool. And the reason we did that is because sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. Um, motivated to work. All right, we can do that. Um, I've been told that I can do that somehow, but I don't actually know what I'm doing that actually makes that happen. So I'll see what I can do. I'll do my best. Let me know if you feel less or more motivated. We can do it like warmer, colder sort of thing. All right. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I've been staring at pixels for too long. I just I was like really, I was also really ready for something to have gone wrong with that like process that we just went through. So all right. The reason I'm doing this is because I need to convert. Oh yeah. Yeah, I need to convert the old dimensions the old coordinates to the new coordinates. And now that I think about it, it's going to be a fairly weird conversion because we scaled stuff, we moved stuff around, we changed the like we resized everything, like we scaled everything up, we translated it, and we like changed the framing of it as well. So yeah, this is gonna be and we changed the offset too. Of course, we redefined what the origin of the. So we just need to account for all of those things, and then we should be all set. And then so the nice thing about the fact that these line up is that I know what the old value for this asset was, and I know what the new values for this asset will be. So I can kind of use that as like a touchstone. Whoops, I have way too many things open. Why do I have all these things open? Whoa, wait, no, don't save that. That was the incorrect version. That was an outdated version. This is the correct version, because I added in a space after the shin guards. Oh, because I was going to put the... Oh yeah, I never... like several hours ago, when I last remembered about the little like streaks that go under your eye, I didn't recount the anecdote where I learned what those mean. It's... like hunters put little dark lines under their eye to reduce glare from like sun and stuff, and that's what people who put little dark things under their eyes do that. Oh yeah. Oh, what are they playing? I was watching the Tetris on Awesome Games Done Quick last night, and that was pretty. My favorite part was when this guy who's like playing Tetris, and like the blocks are like falling, like he apologized for going slow, and like the blocks were literally like and he's like, sorry for going so slow, but oh man, no, I think that one's up on YouTube already. So if you didn't catch it last night, I don't know, it's just weird to like think about what humans can do when they play the same game like bajillions of hours in their life. All right, so right, this is the old data, or this is the original data for this asset. I'll have to change the dimensions, but changing the dimensions is fairly straightforward. I just have to like by resizing them, the dimensions changed for me. I just have to look those up. That's not gonna be hard. But okay, so the new dimensions for this or the new positions for this are 54, 31. So All right. I'll need to. I guess I'll just kind of like have to think about what this formula is and how 614 became 31. All right. What was the first thing that we did? The first thing that we did was we resized everything. We resized everything from the old origin. So so like the so like 614 was the distance from the old origin, and so yeah. So the first thing that we did, I guess, was we I'm gonna make like a formula on this like a formula cell, so I can just like plug numbers into it and get new numbers back. So 6 14. So the first thing that we did was we multiplied this by 1.5. 1.5. Um, hmm. I'm assuming it rounds up. Because I mean we multiplied it by 1.5 and got back an integer. So I mean I guess yeah, some of these are going to be like wobbly by like 1 pixel until I go back and redraw them because there's just not a proper conversion for something that that had been odd. We don't have to worry about that yet though because we chose our even numbers. All right, so 1.5. So yeah, it became 9, and then what was the next thing that we did to it? We oh we moved the origin. So the origin had been at 30, but well, okay, so we moved the origin to the edge of the frame, but that 30 that the origin had been originally also got affected by the resize. So I guess technically we moved the origin first, kind of. At least we'll have moved it first in terms of order of operation. So it's actually 6 plus 30 times 1.5. Hey, we're getting closer to 54. Are we at 54? Hey, we're at 54. All right, so that one was slightly easier. The other on this because that was the lateral dimension, and we didn't change the size of the frame on the lateral dimension. So we did change the size of the frame on this dimension. So for this one, we have to do. But this might be fairly straightforward because so it's 14 plus. We had 50. Like we translated the origin by 50. So this time we have to do by 50. We still do times 1.5. But then the other thing that we have to do is shoot. I thought we were going to subtract 90. No. 90 isn't what we subtracted. 90 is the new value that we went for. So just so that I can use the numbers to check my math, I'm going to use the other dimensions to calculate that value. So oh, your girlfriend doesn't like it when you stream because you're not as communicative when you're streaming. You have to talk to the stream. Why don't well, no, I won't try and give relationship advice because I'm the last person you want to get relationship advice from. But I was gonna say, why don't you have your girlfriend on the stream with you? Um, but I don't know if she'd go for that. And also, don't take relationship advice from me. um, sorry, I'm just catching up on chat real quick. Uh, um, oh, are you asking me, Vector? Uh, I Oh, that's a good question. I'd like to hear other people's answers to that question too. Vector asked, "What communities do you frequent, or did you, to build your skills?" So, like, what past or current communities? So one thing that's nice about the place Boston, where I've been for the past like 7 years, almost 7 years, a little less than 7 years, is that it has a really thriving uh, game dev scene. So like as someone who had an okay background in software, but really hadn't been into like game development. Like I'd been into games, but I hadn't really been as much into game development. It was great just to be like completely surrounded by people who had like tons, like sometimes some decades of experience, and so that was really cool. So yeah, I guess I know that's not a very helpful answer, but like, well, no, okay. I guess not every place is going to have a community like Boston, but I think there's a really strong value in just like connecting to local people that I don't know. Like I mean, I'm actually the last person to say that like don't communicate with people over the internet because technology is no, not a surrogate for face to face interaction. Like I get really annoyed when people make that point strongly because like no, there's like so much that you can get out of like digital communication or anything like that. I just I don't. But the one thing I will say though is that that's not necessarily an excuse to avoid people in your area that might have a similar interest, because if you because like I mean for the same reason that people like some people harsh on digital communication, there are some things that you get out of face to face interaction that you don't really from like the technology is just not there yet. Like until we invent smell-o-vision, like you uh, so yeah, I would strongly recommend that. And then I think you've come to the right place is the other thing. Game dev or just dev streaming, I think is um, I I like it. I think it's cool. I mean, it's still proving itself. So who knows? Maybe like in 10 years from now, like dev streaming will be like passe and like no one will do it anymore. But I really like it for like for the fact that you can basically it's like what I wished had existed when I was like trying to learn a vocation. Like I just wanted to find someone who was actually doing it, and I just wanted to sit with them and see what they do. And then that because that's how I learn stuff. But like I don't know, like internships are like so weird, and like there's like the good ones are like you have to like fight tooth and nail in order to get them, and then like the whole situation of like trying to exist while not getting like not having any income is awkward. So like no, I don't know. All right, now at this point I'm just like ranting about how or raving about how I like game dev streaming, so that's not especially helpful. So other communities none are coming to mind, but if I think of any more, I'll talk on that, or I'll mention them as well. Did other people answer the question too? Because I don't know, I was interested to hear what other people had to say about that too. Uh, so uh, yeah, on other online communities, that's a good question. It's an important question too. All right, so yeah, the thing that I was going to be doing, right? Okay, so I changed the dimensions of this. I changed the height of this to 90. I didn't subtract 90 from it. I changed it to 90. And it had been at 155 before, so what I changed it by was actually 65. So if I take this number and I subtract 65, wouldn't it be great if we ended up with that other number that we were looking for? Was 31 the correct answer? Yeah! All right, so I think these are our formulae for conversion. Um, I'm tempted to just make a script out of this one. Like I really don't feel like like hand processing all of these values, so I think I might make a script for this one. Oh man, I don't know how to make a script to like resize those images, but I do know how to make a script to 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 edit all these data values. Because like the thing is now, for like this for all of these for all of these things, there's this data file. And so what I have to do is I have to crack open this data file, look at these old numbers, figure out what the new numbers are, and update them with the new numbers. So I think because we have the formula, I think we're just gonna script it. Yeah. So let's do that, shall we? Programming. All right. So let's start a new script. and it always needs to know, or it wants to know, like, because I'm doing file operations, it needs. Excuse me, sorry. um, it needs to know, or it should know. I mean, I'm going to be talking about file paths, so it needs to have a file path. So I'm going to save it to a location so that it has a file path, and that the other file paths can be relative to it. So projects, I'm just gonna put it in the same folder. Like I'm not gonna keep it here. Eventually I'm gonna get rid of it. But for starters, I'm gonna put it right here. So this is, I'll call this like scale conversion. I mean, it's more than just scale conversion, but it like the reason we're doing all of this is because we converted the scale. So yeah, Jared, it was nice to see you. Have a wonderful get to work. No, have a good whatever it is that you're working on that you need motivation, or that you need motivation for. Yeah. Maybe I'll see you. I might see you on the 19th if you're going to the is it the 19th or whenever the next lightning talks are happening. Uh, so shoot, Jared left, and I forgot to demonstrate that I remembered how to pronounce his name, but that's cool. I'll demonstrate it the next time I see him. uh, it's Burrell. It's not Burrell. I said Burrell the first time, but it's Burrell. Uh, or else I have it backwards, and either way, it's one of those two. All right. So okay. So what is the script going to do? I have scripts like this, so I'm going to couch heavily from the scripts that I've already done. I think I put them in here. Nope. Where did I put them? Did I not put them anywhere? Are they still here? That script is kind of important. Backups? Yeah, here we go. Alright, so I don't double click that, because if I double click that, it'll run the script. Or it'll try to run the script. Alright, so, yeah, oh, okay. So basically we just have to crawl. Oh, okay. We don't actually crawl these folders before. No, we do. Do we? Yeah, no, we crawl these folders. Alright, yeah. So the first thing that we do is we say, okay, so slot list, so import OS path. Oh, sorry, I moved that partly off screen for you guys, but I can still see it, which is the important part. No, sorry, I'll move it so that we can all see it. Right, this is just a script that I did to award bonuses to players who had merited it, based on a list of players that we had. Is it bad to like not living in a heavily populated area while still wishing it was more connected to No, that is completely normal that you're a fan. Okay, yeah. No, that I can relate to that exact statement. I grew up in the woods, so I yeah. The thing is though, I grew up in the woods, but then I moved to like a urban area, or like not urban, but like I moved to a very heavily populated area, and it's not as bad as you might think it would be. Then again, I kind of liked it. Like even when I was young, I thought it would be a cool thing to do. All right, so the first thing that we need is slots list. Like I kind of wanted to move to a populated area. Slots list will be OS lister. Oops, lister. Yeah. And then it'll just be the list of equipment, or equip. What was the name of that folder? I think it's like equip or something along those lines. Yes, equip. So that will get us a list of these here. Wait, how do we filter order in Journey? Equip. What? Yes. What? It says there's no reference to equip in this document, and I called no. I say no to that. Do we never crawl the equipments? Maybe we just never crawl. Oh no, we define the slots. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna borrow that. So slots list is a real thing, right? Yeah, there we go. Slots list. Yeah, I'm just gonna borrow this. All right, so I was gonna do the lister to get the slots list, but nah, we're just gonna use the one that already exists. All right, so then so we're gonna say for li in slots list. Then we will crawl these though. We will crawl. We'll say equip list equals what is it? Os dot lister. So it'll be so the folder that we're looking in it'll be equip plus or equip slash plus plus li the slot that we're looking at plus slash plus oh, no, we don't have to go further than that. Just equips plus li, right? Because that's the folder that contains all the folders that contain the data files that we're looking for. So yeah, this is what we need, just like that. And so now we can say for EI in equip list, because we need to, for every slot, we need to go through and do all of the equipment in that slot. Oh, except for, ooh, wow, I'm glad I remembered this, because we don't want to do head. Because, oh, no, we do want to do head, but head will be different, so we'll do that later. Because the head didn't scale. Everything else scaled, but, hey, leg script, how's it going? What? Well, I stopped watching you because you... I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to work in Python forever. I'm going to work in other stuff at some point. That's the same reason I watch your stream, Zero Maverick. Funny story. No, Zero Maverick is a better streamer than I am, which is... So it's just something that I want to get good at, and so that's why I like watching streamers who are good at what they do, because I want to be good at what I do someday. Like, I know how to make games, but I'm still really awkward. Like, I'm terribly awkward, and I'm bad at moderating, and like, I'm just not a good streamer yet. I mean, no, I'm great. I'm not trying to talk you guys out of watching. I'm just I know I have a lot to learn there, so yeah, if you anyone out there who likes good dev streamers, check out Zero Maverick. And then take notes and then come back and tell me how to be a better streamer. So what were we doing? We were writing the scripts, which apparently the lag script doesn't like, but whatever. If you if you don't like Python so much, why is your name the lag script? It shouldn't be like the lag coding but not scripting, because I don't like script. Anyways, okay, so for all of the equipment in these folders, what we want to do is apply our no, I don't know. I've seen your stream. You're good. You have charisma. I don't know. You seem natural in front of the camera, which is something I hope to do someday. All right. So we have our lists, which does not include head, which is good that I didn't like. This is good that I didn't like just iterate and like take that list, because I would not have forgotten to not apply this script to the head, and that would have been awkward. But whatever. Okay, so now we read in our data and we apply the formula to it. So we don't have to check if the data folder exists or the data file exists, because we know for all of these. Also, we don't actually want. Ooh, wow, that would have been bad. We don't want to actually do this to the equip folder. We want to do this to the equip queue folder, because that's where all our temp data is before we before we move it over and like claim our rightful place as the once and future. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so oh man, that's a good position to be in, Vector. Knowing a strong artist like that. I wish I knew. I wish I had an artist that I could ask to do stuff. um, oh, cool. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Oh, you play guitar too? That's awesome. You're a multi-talent. Audio, that's the other thing. Oh my gosh, if I could make audio for my own games, that would be really helpful. But fortunately, I know a lot of people who are good at audio, so I'm just gonna ask other people who are good at audio to make games. Yeah. All right. It's for some reason it's taking me like literally a year to to come up with this formula or to type out this formula. All right. So okay. So uh, with with open what is our file path? Equip q li plus, and now we add in a slash. We add in a slash, and then we add in ei, and then we add another slash, and then and slash data.txt. This is the file that we're looking for. In each of these locations, this is the file that we're looking for. Data.txt in the equipment queue folder, the slot folder, and the equipment itself folder. And as with this open as edata, we will say we'll do what we usually do with this data. Actually, we will say lines equals read split on space. Lines equals well, it's not p data this time. We're calling it e data. Read split on space. So because because our data files are set up like a series of numbers, we're going to read in, and this will split all of our numbers so that we have each number individually rather than the whole thing together. So now we can say now we can just start applying formulas. Wait, what are you saying is inappropriate here? Invalid syntax. Oh, oops, I forgot the open parenthesis. Right? That's what you're annoyed about, right? Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. You should make more Mega Man games or games like it. No, you can put a metal soundtrack in basically any game, right? You just no, I guess I mean, like, if you're gonna just play one genre of music though, or like, I mean, or if you're gonna start with one genre of music, that's a good one because that's like very high energy, right? Metal is like very like it's very intense. It's like you know, it's the type of the type of music that when you're playing a game that you're like gripping the controller tightly and it's like so no, that's a good one. Because like if you played like folk, it's like what games are you gonna make playing folk music? It's like okay, you can make like a I don't even know. You can make a point and click adventure game that takes place in the woods is what you could make if you played folk music, but I don't know. All right. So we have our data. So I'm gonna say so the x coordinate equals the x coordinate is the first line. So when I say x coordinate, what I mean here is the new x coordinate. The new x coordinate is going to equal, and this is where we apply the formula that we have over here. So we're going to take the old x coordinate, which is the first line. So lines index 0, and our formula was to add 30, and then multiply this by 1.5. So the fun thing about this is that lines is actually a string, so we have to read it in as an int instead of a string. And then the other thing that we have to do is we have to round this, because this is this is like whenever lines started out as an odd number, then this is going to end up as an odd as a fractional number. So we have to say math dot, or no, it's not math, it's just round. No, it's just round. Round. We have to round it. Oh, how do we round? I mean, like, what are the parameters for rounding? Uh, um, uh, Baby Puncher 2015. There you go. You got your first title already. um, all right. So, wait, why am I? Yeah, no, this is fine. I'll just look. Whoops, that's not that one. Oh, I already had the docs open. Whatever. I have too many tabs open. Hold on, let's close tabs. All right. How do we round? How do we round in Python? I just feel like it. Like I have to say. Oh no, I guess I don't have. No, if I just pass in. Okay. Yeah, I think you can pass in extra arguments, but it's fine. It's legit to just pass in one argument. The funny thing about round is that it doesn't come back with an integer. It comes back with another float, and so we'll want it to be an integer because this data we tend to treat as integers. So yeah, decimal place. That was the yeah. And I guess we don't want any decimal places, so I think we're allowed to just exempt it. I used round here before, so I probably should have just checked here. Yeah, I tend not to use it. Okay, yeah, yeah. If you don't, okay, all right. So it'll round it to like what's essentially an integer. And I guess because you can pass in those values to make it round to different decimal places, that's probably why it doesn't naturally send back an integer. But yeah, so we'll round it. We'll set it as an integer. I mean, we're gonna actually read it. We're actually gonna write it out as a string, but whatever. All right, so the next thing that we'll need is our y coordinate. And so this will be our other formula, which will be very similar. It'll be pretty much the same thing, except the last thing we do is we add or subtract 66 or something like that. I forget. What was our formula? We subtract 65. And also, we're no longer looking at the at the 0th index of lines. We're looking at the first index of lines. All right. So then so we also need the x dimension and the y dimension, and this is going to be much simpler because we don't need to do the offsets. We just need to multiply by 1.5. So we just still need to do the integer and the rounding stuff. So this would be lines 2 for the x dimension. We don't need to add 30. That part can go. And then the last thing that we will do is the y dimension, which is the same thing except for lines 3. This will round up, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this rounds up. So actually, what I really mean actually is not even rounding. It's seal. Because I want to round up. I know I want to round up. So I think math.seal is how this works. I think. Do I need any extra terms there? No, that seems... Oh, I have to import math. Yes. Math is not automatic. Yeah, and so seal just means round up. It means ceiling. So it's like, it just looks for the nearest integer ceiling. And yes, there we go. So if I run the script once, everything will be magically. Oh, I'm not actually saving out the data. Oh yeah. That's the other thing. All right, so I'm gonna because I have to open the file again differently in order to save it. So I'm actually gonna say lines equals nothing for starters. And then I'm gonna say lines equals that stuff, and then I'm actually gonna oops, I did a control tab instead of shift tab, which apparently changes between the tab. Oops. No, I don't mean to undo that. Undent that. Apparently, Control Tab switches between scripts. All right, so with that open, we'll just read in the data, and then outside, once we read in the data, we'll close it again. We'll do our math out here, and now we'll open the file again. So with open, same file, but this time we'll open it with the comma W argument, and this will open it to write. Not like so we'll open it again as edata. And this time we're just stomping over the old file. So we're going to stomp over the old file specifically with what. It's important that we get this right, because this is literally going to change those files. And if I get it wrong, then it'll make them weird, and then so I should back them up before I run this script, is basically what I'm realizing as I'm talking through this. So I'm just going to copy this folder again over here. And so now we have a backup in case things go terribly wrong the first time I run the script. We can try again. Because the last thing that we need to do is we need to write, but I forget how to write. I learned Python relatively recently, or like I started working in it relatively recently. So edata.write, and then we just say what we want to write. So edata.write. And then we can say, so what we want is xc. Oh, we need these to be strings now. I made them integers previously just because I didn't want like decimal places or anything. But yeah, like more over, we actually want them to be strings. So I'll just oops. I'll just copy and paste this over several times. So we want them to be written back in the same order that they were read out, and so it will go x coordinate followed by y coordinate followed by x dimension followed by y dimension. And this should do it. Save this. So now if I run the script, it should actually legit work. And then we'll find out whether it worked, and then we will either party or we will cry and start over, depending on the outcome. Alright, so blammo Shazam. I think it did it, I guess. Let's look. So now if it worked correctly, so these were our original values for the quiver, and then these were our calculated coordinates, these were our new coordinates that we found to be the new true correct coordinates, and then sorry, 1 second, my calf itches for some reason. Sorry. And then so now that we've run the script, we should find these values to be more akin to the new values. Survey says so. Quiver is something for your back, and nope, didn't quite get it. We ended up with 54 and 1 rather than 54 and 31. The other values look realistic, but how did I mess that up? Let's find out. I mean, it's a good thing we backed up our data, right? Because since we screwed up, we can just rinse the old one. Oh yeah, of course, it is open by. Sorry, don't save. Try again. There we go. Alright, so we can just rename this one to be QuipQ. And we can make another copy of it. Alright. So, yeah, alright, so the data's back intact. Yeah, so what did we mess up there? I feel like we had done it pretty much the same as before. What was our? This was our formula, right? Was there something different? Oh, right. Okay. Duh. It's not supposed to be plus 30. It's supposed to be plus 50. Yeah, that would account for it. Uh, excuse me. I wish I at least coughed like a normal person, not like an old man. But whatever. Uh, run the script. And now it worked for real this time, and everything's magically perfect forever. Right? Hey, 5431. And so I don't know if 3629 is correct, but we can check that because that's supposed to describe the actual dimensions of the asset itself. Was it 3629? I hope so, because that's the correct answer. 3629. Yay! Everything magically great forever. So yeah. All right. So now we just have to change the script that the math expects, and wait, what? There's nothing more weird than accidentally stepping on a flashlight and turns on you just you stepped on like a fairy or something, and all of its magic fairy dust like poofed out the other side, causing a flash of light or something. No, I can see how that would be weird. I wouldn't. I like mind bend. I mean, it's always weird in the moment when you hit like a mind bending scenario like that, where like your brain honestly can't process like what could have caused what just happened. But they're fun to think about. All right, don't save. I don't think I actually made meaningful changes there. No, I don't need this layer anymore. This is like the second quiver layer that I use just to check my math. So we can get rid of that. Alright, deselect. So yeah, we can change the math of the script and then just like see what happens. I mean, like the characters won't have necks, because I never added in necks. Like, that's not like I think actually, yeah, they're like the little edge of this wrong layer. The edge of this like this piece is also fake. So like the adventure will basically look like this. Oh, and the hat won't draw in the correct place. Oh, so I do still need to change the hats, just not in the same way. So all right, let's figure out what I need to do to the hats. Oh, let's also change our like delete our script or something so that we don't accidentally run it again and ruin everything. Because if we ran it again, it would just keep applying the same math operations to the whatever, I'll deal with that in a second. Or just keep applying the same math operations to the same values, and they would get like weirder and weirder and weirder. I can close this. I don't need that open. So yeah, all right. So let's so part of this is not going to be part of what we do with the hat is not going to be mathematical. It's just going to be like moving things around and seeing how it situates on the new position of the head. So open. I already know that the cap doesn't line up quite right because I tried that one earlier. So I'm going to try the. I could do the helmet, which doesn't actually exist in the game, but I'll try the pointed cap for starters. Oh, because it has the collar piece. That's funny. Oh, so I'll probably have to get rid of the collar piece or something. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I'll just have to change everything, as per usual. Oops, I opened the real equipment. I didn't open the equipment queue, right? I want the equipment queue version. Oh, no, that was the equipment queue version. Really? Oh, right, because it is the same version, because I didn't change the size. Derp. I'll remember that eventually. Should not paste it on the exact same layer. I should in fact paste it on the head layer. The reason I'm not using that one and I'm using this one instead is because I still didn't paste it on the correct layer. Is because this one has I mean, it has the bounding to it, which I guess doesn't super matter, but it's not vital per se. But oh, that color is silly. Hold on, I'm gonna delete this layer first, and then alright, paste. Oops. Sometimes when I'm trying to paste, I accidentally hit Control C, and even if you don't have anything selected when you hit Control C, it still eliminates your old clipboard. All right, so how do I want this new cap to situate? I'm actually not sure. I think this is closest to how it used to sit. I think that's how it's supposed to sit. But I can actually double check that too, because I can try a couple hats on, see which one, and see if I get the same results from different hats. So yeah, right. So the differences between the old one and the new one, we didn't change the size of the asset, so the x dimension and y dimensions don't actually change. It's just y dimension equals lines 3 and x dimension. Oh well, I should still call it an int. I should still make it the int version of that. But yeah, so that's excuse me. So that's that, and then so then these did change like this. But then they also changed in another way too, because the other way that they changed is that I'm moving the hat to a different position, because the characters used to be like, I don't know, when they didn't have a neck they were kind of like hunched down, but now that they have a neck, like their head is not just higher up, but it's also like pulled back a little bit too. So yeah, we're literally just picking a new spot for it to sit. And it should be a regular translation. Like all of the hats should like offset by the same amount, but we need to figure out what that amount is. So right, let's look at the data for the head. What is this? This is the pointed cap that we're looking at. The data. It used to be 13 negative 4. So if we punch 13 negative 4 into our convertomatic, oh well, so for one thing it's not accounting for rounding because we didn't have to do that before, so I'll say so this is supposed to round up, so for now I'll just say plus 0.5 because that's my or whoops, plus, wow, I'm so bad at typing, 0.5, there we go, because I don't feel like figuring out how to round in this script, whatever. Excuse me. All right, so 65.4 is what we would have had, but instead we have what? Instead we have 69.11. So clearly we are adding 4 more to the x coordinate, and adding really, yeah, because the head is smaller, so we're adding, sure. If it stayed the same size and moved that direction, we would have been subtracting, but no, because it's smaller, we're actually adding. Interesting. So we're moving it, but not even as much as to offset just the extent to which it would have scaled up if we'd scaled it up uniformly. Interesting. Man, I wish I was watching Awesome Games Done Quick. Multi-Twitch is how you guys can uh, all right. Oh wow, it's like 7:30. I started streaming late today, so I didn't start streaming until like 11:30. So I've only really been going for like, well, 8 hours, but like I'm not done yet. Uh, I'm probably gonna test this to see if it works before I call it. I It depends how long it'll take me to do that, but excuse me. I'm not tired. I just yawn because there's something medically wrong with me. I'll be really sad if it turns out there is something medically wrong with me and that joke hasn't been funny all along. I mean, I know it's not funny, but if it was like specifically tragic as well. Um, all right. So what did we say? It was plus so the difference between uh 65 and whatever is plus 4. So plus 4 actually I can add this directly to the script. Where this, yeah, the script's right here. um so oh no, this isn't the script. That's the formula. The scripts. All right, my brain is melting, but other than that, all right, plus 4. And then what was the other one? The other one was 11 versus 4, so plus 7. Yes. So minus 65 plus 7. Yeah, whatever. Technically that means like what, like minus 58, whatever, but I don't care. And then okay, so let's check to see if that conversion holds true for other one other hat before. I mean, I don't even need the script for it if I like check every hat individually, but I just want to try a different one to see, just to see. So cap purple. Everyone loves cap purple. Select that, copy. So delete that. Paste in cap purple, and let's see how cap purple. Oh, cap purple is not a great call because no, the purple cap has mostly to do with the ear. Oh yeah, so the new caps are gonna look dumb because so yeah, I'm probably just gonna assume that worked out correctly, and the caps are gonna look dumb because the ear moved relative to like the size of the head. So, meh. All right, I'll just redraw the caps to look okay with the new with the new dimensions instead of worrying about that other stuff. All right, so these are magic numbers. Hooray forever. Let's run the script using the so instead of using slots list, let's just instead of so let's just say we can unindent all of this stuff, shift tab, and then we, instead of saying for li in slots list, we can just say li equals head, right? Or head, because we just want to do the same thing but just for the head slot. Right? Am I right? I'm right? Oh, I still have that back. Backup. I'm gonna back up just the head, just in case. Copy here. I mean, it should work, right? Should work. We'll see. So Shazam, and then it worked, I guess. So let's see if the new coordinates are the same for the pointed cap, or if they're updated for the pointed cap. So 6911. Is that right? I forget. Oops, I deleted it. I deleted it a while ago. 6911, yeah, okay, good. And then 3031 is still the bounding rectangle, please. 3031, cool. All right. So yeah, that looks like that worked. So now I can destroy that script so that I never accidentally run it and ruin everything accidentally. So let's close it, and I have like a bin, not literally bin, but like here is where I put things that I don't really need anymore. I can get rid of this backup, hypothetically, but I'm going to put it in backups instead, just in case. So yeah, let's do what? Let's oh, sorry, I was still getting used to the new screen layout. So yeah, now we can change the game, basically. We can just change it to use the new dimensions and stuff. Oh, this is going to be slightly conceptually strange. Oh, because I need new math. I need more math for the conversions of stuff. Like the origin. Like, what is the idea of like the origin? Like, where is the? Because like in order to keep track of the player, I only think of it as one number, which is like where it is laterally, where it is horizontally on the screen. And so that number needs to change a little bit. I guess it doesn't technically need to. Yeah, it just doesn't technically need to. Yeah, it doesn't actually. Now that I think about it, it'd actually work best if I didn't change that. I do need to change some other things relative to it. Like for example, oh, did I ever? I made a. Oh, I didn't make a data file for the little tiny head. I should though, right? I should. So let's do that. So sure, that's fine. Deselect that. So for the little adventure face. Let's. I know I made a new file for it. Oh, but I was just gonna. I wasn't gonna make a data file. Because if I want to edit this, I can just edit it in the script. So I'll just hard code it. I don't care. Technically, I'm losing like a light dusting of pixels off this edge, but no, I'm not. I don't care about that. Wait, did I keep that light dusting of pixels in the version that I saved out, or probably cut it off, right? Yeah, I cut it off. Sorry, this is the same selection range. Okay, good. So 6821 is the new whatever. 6821. So where do I go? I go to where we're blitting the character, which is around here somewhere. Here. No. What? No, where the heck am I? No, it was up. Yeah, it was where I was looking. Right? What am I blitting here? The environments. This is still the environment section. So it's above this? No. No, it's below this. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yes. Yes. Nope, this is environments. Where's the beginning of, okay, this is where we level highlights. So, yeah, where's the blitting equipment? Wait. Wait, where do we put the character itself? There's a level highlight. Where's the character itself? Oh, right. We start blitting the equipment, then we blit the character, then we blit the rest of the equipment. Right. I remember how this works. Oh, right. So I need a new troll face. Which will be easy enough. I just, urgently, I need to file save as. I'll just save over the old troll face. No, oh no, I'll save it as just troll. dot png. And it will be just like the other ones. It'll just be color shifted. Whoops, no, don't do that. Stay at 100 and stay at 0, and then green face, troll face, green face. I think the last time I did this, it came out too vibrant, so I should drop down the saturation. And was it too? It was too dark. It was either too dark or, hold on, what does the old troll face look like? Yeah, that's probably fine. Alright, so save that. Alright, so good. Oh, so for one thing, I need to load in these new files that we just made. So let's go up to the place where we load in the other files that we need for this sort of thing. Right. So add face equals pygame load, etc. adv.ping, and then troll face equals this stuff, and we'll get rid of the old ones once we're done with the full conversion. Save that. Alright, so where we were with the whole blitting thing. This whole business. Okay, so troll, so now troll will be troll face, and then advs, etc. will be just adv face. And okay, so these rectangles and stuff, this is what changes, because we need to right, so it's not just the position anymore, it's the position plus that number that we came up with, 68 plus 68. Yes. And then the height. Yeah, so it used to be 312 minus adventure width. So 312 minus adventure width would be 312 minus 40. Oh, it was a weird number. It was like 42 or something, right? Oh well, it's still a weird number. I can just check what weird number it is. 48. So it was 312. Wait, where was I? 312 minus 48. I'm not good at arithmetic. It's not that I can't do it, it's just that I don't like it. There are calculators for that. 312 minus 48. 264. So now we do 264 plus our new value, which is 90. Nope, 21. And I'm going to do this separately, just in case I want to change it at some point. So it's, wait, what did we say? 264. 264 plus, I have such a short-term memory. I have such a poor short-term memory. 21 plus 21, right? 21. Did I read the correct number? The selection top left. Yes. Okay. All right. So yes. Okay. And then we want to do the same thing here. So position plus 68, and then I mean, this is a single value, hypothetically, but if I feel like redrawing how the face looks, I might want to change the 21 without changing the 264, and it'll be easier to remember what 264 was if I have the 21 separate from it. So that's what that's about. What else? That might be all of it. If I rerun the script, I mean, we're in the middle of an event, so I won't do it now. But after this event, I will probably rerun the script and see how that goes. Because why not, right? Why not? Alright, so while you guys deal with that riot, I'm going to have a sip of tomato juice. Art. Arty art. Don't mind me. Excuse me. Trusty Bard's pretty high level. I think I might need to knock him down a few pegs. And since no one's participating in the event, I'm going to have to do that myself, I think. I will shout. Justice can always do for a bit of shouting. Almost always. I mean, maybe someday Justice won't need shouting. Justice will just be served. It'll just be on the menu all day, every day. These days, it seems like it doesn't hurt to have a bit of shouting. Yes. Alright, well, actually, no, if no one's participating in this event, I don't have to leave it up any longer. The only reason I leave the events up is so that people can do it. So, anyways. Alright, I'm going to leave it down for a second. So, well, actually, no, I'll just... Oh, gosh, I haven't rerun the script all day. So, like, obviously, everything horrible will happen. Oh, right. So, one thing I need to do is swap out the equipment folders. So, like, this is the old equipment folder now, so we'll call it equipment BKU or something. And the equip Q is the new equipment. So, hey. Whoops. It's open. These things are open. Yeah, hold on, close these. That should be good. Oh wait, the text files might be open as well. Don't save. Alright, change this to equip. Just equip. Ha. Alright. So now if I rerun the script, I don't know. We get to find out how many errors I introduced today. None? Seriously? Alright, well, the adventures are underground for some reason. But other than that, it seems to be working. Why are they underground? Oh, because 312 was the old height. Right. So they're the correct... Right. Well, the alpha badge still blits in the correct location. Or something. Oh, yeah, I didn't change that one. So I'll have to change that one too. The badges in general, not just the alpha badge. I didn't do anything with them. Like, I didn't resize them or anything. Oh, but the head didn't change size, so I probably won't resize them. Alright, so, alright. That's fun. What do I need to do there? I just need to figure out what the new height is. So I basically just have to pick a new height, basically. But, no, why didn't that work? Oh, wait, no, 90. 90, 320 minus 90. So it's not, I don't know why I calculated out, Sorry, the script is so weird right now. I just have to bring it down again. I'll bring it up again later. It's not going to stay down forever. But, I'm surprised how much of it didn't crash and stuff. That was kind of fun. Alright, yeah, so the thing where yeah, I don't know. I thought, wait, where's, Yeah, so the 264, I don't know why I thought that was an important number. That would have been important for the old height, but the new height is different. 90 pixels tall from the bottom of the screen. 320 pixels altogether, so 230 pixels. Not 264. That's the old way of thinking. 230. All right, save that. So now it should be at a reasonable height. Hopefully. Oh, there'll be other things that. Whoa. Oh, right. The rest of the stuff. So right now the